All right. Welcome back, you inglorious bastards and magnificent bitches. It is I, Doc Moo, and we're back for my thought of the day.
How dare you!
I'm doing something a little bit different now, despite Greta Daring saying, "How dare you?" This video is sponsored by me. People do that in these videos. I don't know. I'm not being sponsored by anybody. We're trying to do this all on our own. Hopefully, with the help of some of you guys. But we're gonna go over some things. It depends on how long it takes us to do the first thing. But we're gonna go over the first thing we're gonna get into right here is we're gonna go over how to actually petition your government, like how to write a letter to your government, like an official letter that like works good for you, right? And we should just get into this and just jump into it. So we got this letter right here, right? This letter. So, to the government official that you're trying to address your grievance to, and then you also address it to the office of said person, and you would like to add this to whom it may concern because you want to CC things that like, and you want to CC everyone in their chain of command. You want to CC yourself for reference, and you want to CC a witness for your protection, things like that. So then you briefly explain what happened and why you were addressing your grievances, and you can get into great detail on that. For me, it was about the parking ticket and them hanging up on me when I was trying to like do an appeal process, which is retarded because had they just gone through the appeal process instead of violating my rights and being fucking disrespectful and shit, it would have come out to find out that I was mistaken in the whole thing, that there was an agreement between my apartment company, and I would have paid it anyway, but we've already talked about that. But, they wanted to play fuck games, so when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and this is the stupid prizes. And now that you got, this is what happened, right? And this is who I talked to. Boom. All right, before I get into the details, so like basically this is me saying that they contacted me, I missed the call, I tried to figure out who called, and I got a police lieutenant, and I finally gotten contacted with this guy named Mike, right? And we're just gonna say Mike. And I don't remember his last name, but and then this is where this is what sparked the incident, right? And then I was like, I mentioned some background. I was like, because I tried to file a civil rights complaint with the Department of Justice and Attorney General's office, and they're the ones that told me to forward this to the Chief of Police. But it doesn't have to be the Chief of Police. It doesn't. This section, if you didn't take any prior steps, doesn't be necessary. But if you did do something officially to try and resolve this matter and it didn't work, and you're trying to address higher government, you should include what you did in reference to that so they know. And then here's where I tell them for reference that I'm sending this to all those people that I've mentioned prior, because you want to send it to people. So like there's records, and they can't make up words and stuff like that, and same with the witness, so they'll watch your back. And then you want to, if this is reference to certain laws being violated or rights being violated, you want to reference like the Supreme Court decisions, the U.S. codes. You want to reference the material that that you do, and you can do it different ways. As you can see, when you get to references, you can reference certain materials, so like you don't have to go back to them, and they can easily get to them because it's linked there. And I get the excerpt of what I'm talking about here, boom. And then you get into your complaints, right? And you can make tweaks to this format any way you want in order to like make it fit you, but you got to get into your complaints, and then you detail your complaints out, right? And again, I've blacked out certain things for like legal purposes and such, but now you detail what happened. Like this dude hung up on me several times, when I asked him for a supervisor because he couldn't help me or whatever, because like he said something that really pissed me off, and I asked for a supervisor. Now, I could have overreacted on the thing that pisses me off. That's for every individual person to judge. But he simply could have been like, certainly let me get my supervisor, and not broken the law and my rights and stuff. And that they gave us classes on how to do this in the army, so like how to properly talk to people and when in the government, and do phone conversations and such when people call you on the official lines and such. And it's sad that these people don't seem to know that. But anyway, he hung up on me several times, which you can't do. He lied to me about there being a supervisor on duty, and I had to call the police, which is the parking bureaus underneath, in order to actually like get him to call me back and give me this dude's name. And then I called the supervisor, Chief Bro, and I got a secretary who tried to give me some like guilt trip on overreacting because it was just a parking ticket, even though it was more than a parking ticket because you violated my rights. And then they said they were going to call back, which he didn't. I did call him a couple days back, and then he said give me 2 days to like look into it, and he didn't even contact me back. I waited a full business week, tried to contact him back, and he wouldn't even return my fucking phone calls. So here we are. I sent all that complaint to the chief, my police, and I did what I had to do, right? And then I also like, boom, I put my contact information at the end of it, which I blacked out here because that's how winning is done. You got to black it out so people don't get your information and such when you're doing certain things like this for like everybody's safety. But this is how you do it. You gotta, when you're doing it and right, and you gotta try and not be vehement and caustic. Though according to New York Times v. Sullivan, which we went over, you do have a right to be vehement, caustic, and sometimes include unpleasant or personal attacks in your language discourse while conducting official business with public or government officials. Now, they don't have to listen to you if they're just randomly on the street, but if you're in the actual fucking appeal process, if you're following the literal grievance process, like you filed the appeal, you got the official meeting, or however that goes down, you can say whatever the hell you want. So like if you go down to a public meeting and you want to be vehement and caustic and stuff, they can't kick you out no matter what kind of protocol they want to cite, because it violates your constitutional rights under that. We already went over that, and it was in this. It was the first reference. It was New York Times v. Sullivan, 1964. So, but it's really important to know your rights, and it's really important to know how to address your grievances right. And I was taught in college that a letter is worth more than you just calling, because you're calling for you. But if you write a letter, they take it as you're calling for more than one person. But who's going to take the time to draft something official like this if they're only doing it for themselves? I'm just fucking saying. Thank you for checking out this clip of my Thought of the Day podcast. You can catch this podcast every Tuesday through Friday at that'sonpoint.info by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's how winning is done. New clips go out daily. And we can't do this without you, so we appreciate your support. With that being said, consider joining for $5 a month, and you get early access to the uncensored version of this, early access to our weekly That's On Point podcast, and access to exclusive content only for members. All the money that we receive is going to go funnel back into this to hire more journalists and do more things for you guys, because that's how winning is done. It really is. We got a merch store and stuff. You can help there, and if you can't help via money, you can always just leave a comment, and share this out there, because that helps us more than you can immensely know. That's the best way to help. Just leave a comment, and share. And if you're listening to us, leave a review. Leave a good review. Help us boost us in the podcast ratings and get us up there, because that's how winning is done. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.